Welcome to another fishing adventure, folks. It's super early, sun's not up yet. Trying to get baits in the water for a sunrise bite. Let me show you what's going on here. As you can see, I'm at the muddy river once again, and the main purpose of fishing here today is to test out my new larger hooks that I've been trying out lately. Hook bait that I'm using today is vanilla corn, 3 kernels of corn going on a hair rig. It is the first week of October, but it still feels like summer. It's getting up to 93 today, so I'm still doing summertime style fishing, early morning fishing. Yeah, these hair rigs, they do take a little bit more time and effort to do than just putting the bait on a hook, but it's worth it. Absolutely worth it. Just like with most things, you put in the time and effort in the right way, in a smart way, and there's a reward involved, and that's what this one is too. You do the lazy thing, you get the kind of mediocre results. I'm gonna need some water for hand washing purposes. Water looks about the same as it was last time I was here, kind of browny greeny color. That is some icky stuff. I don't want to be splashing that in my face today. I think last time I fished this spot I did kind of a rant about how pathetic Iowa's the natural resources, the condition of Iowa's rivers. I'm not going to talk about that anymore today. Let's talk about fishing only. 3-ounce feeder sinker, and this bait is oats and sweet feed and a can of corn and a can of beans. There's a bean right there. Those are the spicy chili beans. I like using them for carp bait because they add a potent flavor to the carp bait, and they also, when you pack this down, they kind of break up, they squish, you know, and they kind of make a little bit of a paste, and I like that. I think it sticks on the feeder nice, and kind of delays the dissolving or the breakdown of the stuff out in the water. I've seen that a lot of Pay Lake people seem to be highly concerned about breakdown time, and I assume that's because, from what I've seen, the typical Pay Lake rig is they take their hook and they bury it, or they pack the pack bait around their hook actually, and I could see why you would want the bait to hurry up and break down as soon as it hits the water then, because your hook is completely covered with the bait. But I want the opposite. I want this bait to maintain its structure for as long as possible, because when I cast this out there, unlike in a Pay Lake, there are other types of fish in these places where I fish that are, as soon as I cast this out, there's some bullheads, there's some bluegills, there's some other turtles, things are going to start pecking at this, and the tougher it is, the longer it's going to last out there and be there for when a carp comes swimming up. Don't bury the hook, I leave it out there like that. Hook exposure, maximum hook exposure is critical, I've learned over time. That's the main reason why I use the hair rig, is because the entire hook is exposed and it has the greatest chances of grabbing. And apart from the hair rig, the same goes if you're cut bait fishing. If you're putting a piece of bait on the hook, go look at some of the skilled fishermen on YouTube who consistently catch fish. Like Kayak Catfish is a good example. Go look how he hooks his cut bait. He just barely hooks it, just enough to hold the bait on, but you want maximum hook exposure, and he does it, and he's very successful, and in my opinion that's the right way to do it, is to just barely hook it, just enough to keep the bait on, but want maximum hook exposure. And these are the newer hooks that I mentioned before. They're the exact same brand and type that I have been using for years, but they're just one size larger, and I'll do a little side-by-side comparison here after I get my baits casted out and talk about it a little bit more. The main reason I'm using the larger hooks is because of the current and the snags. Places like this that have current and snags. Oh, you getting a bite already? Probably a turtle. Places like this that have current and snags. Oh yeah, I am getting a bite. I am getting a bite. Yeah. Maybe it's a tiny catfish. Yeah, tiny catfish. Okay. Well, that's a 100% hookup ratio and catch ratio so far. I'm going to be paying close attention to that today. Get out of here. Put this bait I was about to cast right back down there, I guess. Yeah, as I was about to say, the current and the snags here, places like this, I have to frequently, if I want to land a fish, I have to kind of pull pretty hard, kind of horse them out of the snags, horse them out of the main current to get them away from the main current. And I'm thinking a larger wire size hook will work better for that, less likely to rip out of their mouth. This one's gonna go in this hole right here, upstream from me. Right there. Just 20 feet off the bank from me there. Oh, 5 minutes in here and having to rebait already. That's alright though. That's the way it usually goes in these small rivers. If there's fish hanging out here already when I walk up, then the bite usually happens pretty quick. That's what's going on today. I'll probably catch the various channel cats that are hanging out in this spot this morning, and after I catch those and throw them back, I'll wait for some bigger fish to come swimming up. Back on the issue of hook exposure, you know, I've noticed, I've seen on video guys in Europe who fish for those big 100+ pound, 200 pound Wells catfish. They also fish with hair rigs. They'll put like a big old stinky pellet or even a piece of meat or bait fish on the hair rig on a big gigantic, you know, big hook, big hair rig, big bait, and they have some pretty good success from what I've seen. Yeah, especially this spot right here. Down there, there's a big tangle of tree stumps and who knows what's under the water out over down there. And frequently I'll hook a fish and then it'll swim around either into that stuff or kind of try to go around the corner. And I try to, you know, pull hard to pull them out of there, to keep them from going in there. And more often than not, when I do that, it lets go. And I assume what's happening is the hook is tearing out of their mouth. And so this is my attempt to improve on that. As you can see, here's my usual size 4 hook that I use right there. And then here's the size 2 that I'm using today. And yeah, it's just slightly larger, and the diameter of the hook size is what I'm really after here, is the diameter, so it's less likely to tear through the fish's mouth. And these are both still pretty small hooks. I'm going to put these in the palm of my hand just so I don't have a coin or anything to lay next to them for size comparison. But just point of note too, like this size 4 in the Laser Sharp brand that I use is the same as a size 6 in Gamakatsu brand. So these this is a 4 and a 2, but if I was using Gamakatsu, it would be a 6 and a 4. Oh man, I'm getting the scale out today. I'm gonna lay it right here, hoping to use it today to catch a fish that's big enough to make me want to put a scale on it. This spot historically for me has produced carp more in the late morning than in this early morning time, but it's just, this is the time when it's most comfortable for me to be here early in the morning before it's getting too hot. The bugs are worse during the day than they are in the evening this time of year. About 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be, you know, upper 80s, and the bugs are going to be intense, and I'll be getting out here. But I'm hoping to land maybe a big carp or two here before that happens. Or some small carp would be all right too. I won't complain today. But I'm going to sit here and drink my coffee and listen to the flowing water, and next time you see me, we'll be fighting a fish. Stay tuned. Okay. Oh, it is a little carp. I thought for sure it was another catfish. All right. Yeah, I'm actually glad to have this little bitty fish. This is a 1.5 pound, little tiny fish with a mouth that's not much bigger than my fingertip, as you can see there. That tells me that this larger hooks, I mean, even the ittiest bittiest carp, I mean, if I hold them up close to me, see how small this fish is? Even the itty bittiest carp is no problem getting that hook in their mouth and getting hooked. So I don't think the trading up for a larger size is going to really have a negative impact. See ya. Of course, that's just one example. I need way more data than that to draw any conclusions. Usually when I make changes to my rig, which is not very often, but sometimes if I make changes, I usually don't mention it in the videos until after I've been doing it for like a long time, like several months at least. You know, I just don't like to mention it because I don't like to just, you know, talk about things that I just don't have enough experience to know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? But in this particular situation, I'm really confident that this slightly larger hook is not going to have any negative impacts, and I can almost see myself just switching to these all the time. Time will tell. This is only my second fishing trip using these hooks, but as of right now, it's 100% catch, hook up and catch rate. I had caught 2 fish on my previous trip with these hooks, and then just now 2 fish. All of them, all the bites that I got hooked up, and the fish was landed. So that's only 4 though. I guess what I'm saying is at this point with the experiment, I only have positive things to say. I haven't found any problems yet. Yes, same rod, same spot as that last little bitty carp. There's another small fish, whatever it is. Oh, another little catfish this time. Another pro about these larger hooks is that they don't damage as easily coming out of fish like this. Still hanging on to that 100% catch rate, huh? Okay. Well, it's been a while without a bite. I kind of want to walk down here and check out this spot. This is the tangly spot that I pointed at earlier. My baits are just straight out in front of me right here. There's a bunch of dead trees in the water here. It goes around the corner, and there's just a bunch of tangle stuff here too. So yeah, this is I've lost quite a few rigs here recently. You can see there's trees that they go back that way into the water quite a ways, and I'm sure there's where my sinkers are hanging out down in there. But yeah, this is probably about 35-40 yards down from where my rods are. Hello. Probably gonna get a bite now. But thought I'd take a look down here, see if there's any fishable spots down here. Not really. It's really tangly. Lots of trees hanging out down here. Better get back to my rods. Okay, it's been a while, and I was getting bored, so I casted this. I reeled this in and casted it over onto the other side of the river in some real swift current, and I got a bite and I got a fish. Probably another catfish. Yep. Aside from that one fish, the carp have been eluding me today. I'll give it some more time. Well, I was just reeling in to rebait and got snagged up on something, but now whatever it is, I'm bringing it in. So I thought I'd turn on the camera. Maybe it's something interesting. Maybe it's a vacuum cleaner or something. Who knows? Oh, it is a big ball of roots. Isn't that special? There's got to be some fishing line in there, isn't there? Gotta be. Is this all just roots? Yeah, I think it is. Just a big ball of roots that got washed down from somewhere. Huh. Okay. This one's swimming upstream. Yep. This line, I just looked up and this line was swimming upstream. Oh, another little baby carp. Ooh, it's kind of an interesting looking dark colored fish. Yeah, he's small enough. Another baby carp on these larger hooks. Yeah, dark fins on this one. Interesting. Dark fins. Yeah, if he grows up, he'll be a cool looking fish when he grows up. Okay. It is like 10:45 a.m. I've decided to leave at 11, and I'm in a snag with whatever this was. It felt like a catfish. Now it's in something. There, it broke free. I've used up all of my pack bait. I don't have any more. I'm not going to make any more because the fishing is just so slow. Well, look at this. I was able to horse this fish out of that snag. God, I hate those side dump trucks. Yeah, those side dump truck drivers drive like a freaking high school kid on a Friday afternoon after school, racing around. I still have 2 lines in. I guess I can throw this one out because I still got a hook bait. I'm not going to make any more pack bait. The sun is just about to the point where this tree is not going to provide me any shade, and I'm going to get out of here. Let's see if I can maybe catch one fish over 2 pounds today. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Be a good way to end the day. Okay, this is the second line that had pack bait on it. Another small fish swimming upstream. Oh, jumper jumped right out of the water. That's a little bitty carp. Get in here, you jumper. Okay. I don't think that one breaks 2 pounds. Real close. Guess I'll just cast this back out there with just a hook bait, no pack bait. See what happens. I got one rod left that has pack bait, and it's up in that hole there. Well, another little fishing adventure in the books. They can't all be fantastic trips, you know. It's realistic fishing for you. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one.